Chag Shavuot Sameach SAR family, and kol hakavod to all those of you who finished counting all 49 days of Sfirat Omer. When it comes to talking about Matan Torah, in the Torah itself, the Torah doesn't describe somebody cracking open a Sefer, a Gemara, a Tanakh, whatever you want to learn, and sitting there and reading a text. What it actually talks about a little bit more is the experience of the Jews at Har Sinai itself, the importance of commemorating what it felt like to be there and to receive the Torah from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I think in a deep way, this idea of the experience of learning Torah is encapsulated in some short but very powerful words that Chazal wrote for us to recite every single day. The words I'm talking about are Birkot HaTorah. There are 3 brachot on the Torah itself that we recite at the beginning of Shacharit every day. What I wanted to do with you is to share a couple snippets, a couple insights into the words of Birkot HaTorah as a way of more deeply understanding what the experience of Talmud Torah is all about. So let's get to it. The first bracha of Birkot HaTorah is La'asok b'divrei Torah. Now, if you think about it, it's a bit interesting. What we generally do is we learn Torah. In other words, the word should be lilmod divrei Torah, to learn the words of Torah. But what Chazal, what our rabbis were indicating to us in crafting the blessing this way, is that we're meant to be osek b'divrei Torah. The translation of that being involved in, or in SAR words, we're supposed to have Torah conversations. Part of the idea of learning Torah study is not just about getting to an end. It's not just about acquiring a specific set of knowledge, but it's about making sure that your conversations revolve around Torah study. That's lesson number 1. Let's move on to the next bracha. V'ha'arev na Hashem Elokeinu. V'ha'arev is such a beautiful word when you get to the depth of what it means. V'ha'arev means sweet, matok. As we know in other psukim, ta'amu u're'u kitov Hashem. The Torah it's not just about learning Torah, it's about tasting Torah. In fact, the very word in Hebrew that Chazal use for giving the reason for something, I know you know the modern Hebrew is siba, but Chazal use the word ta'am, which means taste. When you get to the deep meaning of something, when you get to the idea behind something, when you're really learning Torah, how sweet that is. It's supposed to be yummy, or in Yiddish, geschmackt, delicious. Part of Torah study is v'ha'arev, and the blessing that we say every day is to make our Torah sweet. The last thing I wanted to focus on in the third bracha of Birkot HaTorah is a peculiar nuance in the text, but it really makes a difference in the entire meaning of it. The last bracha, Birkat HaTorah, the third one, we say the words, Baruch Atah Hashem Notein HaTorah. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that God gave the Torah a couple thousand years ago. It should have been phrased as Baruch Atah Hashem Shenatan et HaTorah, he who gave the Torah. Why is it phrased as Notein HaTorah? I think the answer is simple but profound. Notein HaTorah. Every day that we learn Torah is, in a way, a renewed moment of Har Sinai, a renewed act of receiving the Torah from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I wanted to finish with a small idea shared by Rav Soloveitchik that I think really captures a little bit more about what the experience of Torah, of learning Torah, should ideally be. There's a famous midrash that tells us that in the womb, each of us is taught the entirety of the Torah by a malach, and right before we emerge, we are tapped right here, and we forget everything that we learned. On this midrash, Rav Soloveitchik famously asked, what's the point of being taught the entire Torah if we're just going to forget it in the end? It's a good question. Here's what he said. He said the following. The act of learning Torah is not about learning something new. It is about retrieving that which is already within us. Think about it. The malach teaches us. We forget. And then Torah study throughout our lives, in a way, according to this midrash, is an act of tapping into those deep values and lessons with God, which God has embedded within us. There's so much more in Birkot Torah, and there's so much more to the experience of learning Torah. But I wish each of us, in our own ways, and however we're learning on this Shavuot, to not just learn intellectually, but hopefully to experience what it means to learn Torah, the ha'arevna, the sweetness of it all. Chag Shavuot Sameach.